Yeah, you got to do the podcast, bro. You would kill it. Like, I'm just looking. You got the fit on. You got all the kicks.
I don't know. I got Crocs on, man.
Yeah, you comfortable. I asked
it's a little bit harder with those, with my legs, tying them and shit. But
so if you buy some shoes, you get the pair, or you just get one.
no, for the longest time I was like, I don't need. Most everybody puts the left shoe out. It's normally only 9.5 or 10 they put out on the.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, shit. I can just go grab all those. They're gonna say who's gonna steal one shoe? Well, me. I only got 1 foot.
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka the Peacekeeper. As you know, we're sitting here with another great guest today. A great man, a father, a hard-working man, Oregon-born and raised, simple guy, which simple is the key to life. And we're going to get into it right here. My guy, Chris Hight. What it do?
What's up?
How you been, man?
Appreciate it. How
Oh,
you
come
been?
on. I got you all day,
Don't leave
man.
me.
Welcome to Garage Talks, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, friend. We go back, man, a long time.
Long ways, for sure.
We do. How's life been up late?
Every day's a good day.
Absolutely. Good mindset.
Every day's a good day.
Even
Gotta
the
stay
hard
positive.
days. Yeah. You've been through a lot, so I get it. I get it. Speaking from experience, yeah. Well, see, getting into it, man, let's let the audience know how we met. I'm going to let you go ahead and start real quick, and we can get that going.
Well, you made me a sandwich at Honey Baked Ham.
Man, my first job.
And you said, hey, you work there? I'm like, yeah, I work at Champs. You said, get me on. And it was about 3 months of you making me sandwiches saying, can you get me on? Can you get me on? So
yes.
Finally, we worked it out, and you came to work. And, one of our very first interactions, Ben was the manager, and you came in with some capris on.
Oh, man.
Some male capris. And I said, did you find those in the men's section?
So see, real quick, I'm going to jump with you. LeRae he was there when I was there. Remember LeRae?
Yep.
Yes, I had LeRae.
Yeah, Ben was at the tail end right before he went up to Portland.
Okay, yeah.
And you had some pants on. I was like, man, I didn't even know they made those in men's. But after that, everything was cool. It was, everything was everything,
Yeah, man. Champ Sports, that's the store. You kids growing up, that's the store to get at.
Sure.
Nike Elite socks, all the J's.
Oh, man.
Us here in Oregon, like we got one Champs, and that's like the store to go to, especially back then.
For sure. Yeah, I wasn't going to Portland for my shoes, so.
Absolutely. How long did you work at Champs again, brother?
I was at Champs off and on for like 3.5 years.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, they moved me up to Seattle to help run the Seattle store.
Man.
I just decided Seattle wasn't for me, and it wasn't a good move for me and the family, so we moved back. And
got you. Called it good.
Yeah.
You was that guy, because so you was there 3.5 years. So you was there during some of my high school term.
Yep.
You was that guy. I'd be like, man, he work at Champs. You that guy.
I was that guy. Yeah, I think everybody in high school, back then at least, wanted to work at Champs or Foot Locker.
Yeah, for the discount too.
For the discount. That's the only reason you work there.
Come on.
Let's not lie about it. You don't work there for the people.
I said, hey, don't even pay me. Just give me the discount.
Discount for sure. Yeah.
They're like, how you going to buy the rest? Figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, shout out, because when I came in, I had LeRae. Salute to LeRae.
Yeah, good dude.
LeRae Belgrade. Hopefully he gets on here soon. James.
Yep.
Had James. And who was the other guy? Shout out James and Matt. Yeah, Matt.
Janess.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, we called him Jasmine.
Did you?
Yeah.
Man, I remember. And then, you came. I want to say you came back. You put a good word in to LeRae. It was like, yo, get the kid on. And I was like, thank you, man.
Yeah, now Honey Baked Ham's gone, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was great. That was an unfortunate ending there, man. But y'all have my back, so I appreciate it. But because of y'all, you got me in the Jordan game too. Like I had one pair of J's, but when I started working at Champs, my collection just went.
You had to.
Had to be part of it, man. With the jumping in, first thing I want to ask, because I know I pointed out just like you working at Champs, I always saw you there. Always recognized you by your tattoos.
Got a few.
Got a few. Yeah, you're sleeved up. I mean, let's be real, left to right.
Yep.
Any inspiration? What's the meaning behind the tattoos? What happened with that?
For the longest time I had like 1 tattoo, 2 tattoos. I wasn't gonna get any of those ugly visible tattoos or ugly sleeves. I wasn't gonna get anything on my hands. And then you start running out of skin, so
Right,
you gotta
right.
start putting them somewhere. It started like everything was super memorable for people.
Okay.
I've got 2 memorial tattoos, and
Okay.
I've got a tattoo when I found out we're having my first son.
Got you.
And then I just said, "Oh, hey, cool. If I like it, I like it." And,
Absolutely.
I've got flames, and I've got my little ninja that protects me right here on my elbow. And
Oh, that's heat. That's heat.
So-
See, I didn't even know that. See,
yeah, he's hidden. He's my protector.
that's what's up. He got a
So-
name?
No.
Just Ninja?
Yeah, it was a ninja.
Yeah.
I was in a car accident, and he was hanging from the rearview mirror when we slid off the road.
What?
So he's my protector.
So you're saying when you woke up or came conscious, you saw?
Oh, we didn't. I was like, it wasn't that bad, but we took a car up in the snow and slid off.
Right.
And a small tree about 3 inches in diameter stopped us from sliding down a 30-foot hill. So
Damn.
I grabbed him from the rearview mirror and said, "We're getting him tattooed."
Oh, okay. So he was hanging from there, and that's wild. See,
So it's little things like that. The rest of the stuff is just like, hey, if I like it, it's cool.
absolutely.
So I don't worry about like, oh, well, what does it mean? It doesn't. What's the worst that happens? I have to get it covered up.
Right.
So
your intent at first, you was like, yo, I'm gonna have 1 or 2 tattoos, but then it just
for
got.
sure.
Everyone says, like, I'm speaking as I don't have tattoos, but what I hear, everyone says it just becomes addictive.
well, it does, and you've got to even out. If you get one on your left, you have to have one on your right. You get one on your right leg. So then all of a sudden you feel imbalanced, and then
Right.
you end up with sleeves.
Dang. You ever get a tattoo like you regret it?
No, because I can cover it up.
Are you covered?
So no. I mean, I've got my ex-wife's name on me and stuff like that.
Right. Just a little cover up, touch
Just get
up
it covered
thing.
up. Yeah, don't worry about it.
When I was in Jamaica, I met this guy. Shout out to him. I hope to meet him or see him again soon. But he had his wife's name on his neck, and then he covered it up, and it said Void.
Void, yep.
I was like, dang. But
Yeah.
he was hilarious. So it fit him. He was a funny dude. So
Yeah, it's like I said, I mean, they say tattoos are permanent, but everybody goes through stages in their life. Like, why I can't get something 10 years ago that may be something I'm going to be super into now. So,
right.
I just fly by the seat of my pants.
I feel you.
My family hates it, but I'm the black sheep, so I don't care.
Hey, you good. Yeah, you good. We love you for you here. With that being said, I thought about if I get a tattoo, I would do my left leg. And
Why
it
your
would,
left leg?
because that's the leg I injured when I was playing basketball. And so I would do my left, and I think I would do a whole sleeve.
Okay.
And it would be, if I did this, I know TC, I know you've been just waiting for me to say green light, but we'll see, brother.
see TC.
We'll see. I know, he's the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's one of the best.
Especially if you're going to do portraits and stuff, you got to go see TC.
For sure. TC cooks, man. He's
He's
does.
been around forever, too.
Man, that's my guy, man. We see. If I do it, it would just, like, for real, see, you would be able to
What
look
are you
at my
going to do,
leg.
though?
It's going to tell a whole story. I mean, from, like, Bible verses to portraits of my dogs, my parents, favorite video games. Like, you could look at my leg. I already got it envisioned, and you'd be like, oh, I know this dude. Like, I know this dude's, like, life almost. Because I would sleeve it, see. But, God, that'd be expensive.
When TC, he'll map it away for you, too, to where you can see each individual
Gotcha.
line. He's not going to be like, oh, you're going to have a Nintendo controller here. You're going to have Loki here. Like, he'll map it out for you, too. That'll be easy to follow. And
For sure.
TC would be a good guy to go to, for sure.
Man, see, yeah. Just talking to you about it right now makes me think about it. I would, man. I have days where I'm like, oh, like if I wasn't doing something right now, I'd go over there and just get tattooed.
Have you already talked to him about it?
We've talked playing basketball.
See?
He's
Yeah.
like, where?
He's already ready.
He thinks so.
He's already got it in his head what he wants to do.
You know he's gonna cook.
Oh, for sure.
Oh man, got a freaking artist way.
Just watch the knee.
Huh?
Just watch the knee.
Ooh.
I got my kneecap done on the side, and
It hurt.
it wasn't fun.
Ooh. Cause it's bone. It's all bone.
Yeah, it's all bone.
Oh.
I did this one by myself when I was bored 4th of July. So
You did it yourself? What, the tattoo gun?
machine, but yeah,
Oh, what was you thinking?
I was bored.
Dang. See, forget that. Forget that, man. What was it? What you?
It's a tribal rose.
Oh, okay.
Just like I did my hand.
Does it look
a few
good or
months
was
ago.
it like,
I don't know. Here, let me take off my leg.
Oh, you a real one.
But like, I had a bunch of tattoos on this leg, but like,
Oh, you did that yourself?
yeah, I did that one myself.
Damn. Okay. Gangster.
So now I'm all naked in front of the camera for you.
Nah, you good. You a real one. Shoot. He said, let me go ahead and take that off. Man.
Really freaks people out. Like I'll put it next to me.
Nah,
I have an
please.
extra, and I thought about putting like 3 of them, just walking around with 3 legs one day. Just what people do. But, let's see.
Have you ever just had it like fall off just to scare somebody and be like, oh, damn.
No, but when I first, so like, the amputation happened 2 years ago, November,
Okay, yeah.
and I've only actually been walking off and on now for about a total of 4 months.
Okay, got
I've
you.
been stuck in a wheelchair and stuff like that, but the first time I walked, like, it was hard and it was difficult.
Right.
But I was able to look at my littlest son, and he hadn't seen me walk in a year. And he'd been through all the trials and tribulations with me. He'd been through
Absolutely.
infections, the hospital stays. And he had this look of like, my dad's a superhero.
Absolutely.
And so I do too much sometimes, but just because he's been through so much,
Right.
like, there's a year where I don't remember anything.
For real.
I
Just,
lost it.
dang.
I was on pain pills. I was stuck on a couch, looking at the same 4 walls.
Man.
Luckily, I had a great support system, including him. He was probably 5 at the time.
How many kids you got?
I got 4.
You got 4? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 for some
No,
reason.
I got
but-
4. Oldest is 19. I got twin girls that are 16.
Okay.
Then my youngest is 7.
Dang. So see, I'm just recalling because you were at the bakery with my pops.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was 21 or 20.
I can't remember.
So you
like
can't
I said,
even-
I've lost a lot of time.
Yes.
Like I will argue with people about what happened.
Right.
About with what happened. About a fist away from your mouth. There you go. About like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Where I think it's last year.
Okay.
So it's just gone.
That's wild, man.
So, it's part of it, unfortunately, and I put some people through some things throughout all of it.
Right.
So, just trying to mend fences and hope that the people that went through some bad stuff with me understand that that's not who I was.
Who you was.
Definitely altered state.
Definitely. So our audience and fans know, like, what did you get sick with exactly? And so I know, because I
So it's been a rough 2.5 years.
definitely.
I ended up getting a spot on my back that became infected,
Okay.
and I'm stubborn. I don't go to the doctor for anything,
Got you.
and it became septic, which is a poison. Poison got into my blood,
Ooh.
and it got so bad. Like I have a big concave scar, and I lost feeling on the right side of my body. I had to learn to walk, and then had some heart issues in between.
Right.
So I've had to. I go to OHSU once a month.
Got you.
Because they can do stuff that the heart places down here can't do and don't have options to do.
Definitely.
And had the amputation. The amputation started walking around barefoot. I stepped on a shingle that was hot when it was hot out.
You stepped on a what?
A roof shingle.
What?
They had it on the apartment I was living at. Had them on the stairs, and just to keep people from falling.
Okay.
Ran down to the car, ran back up. Like, that's kind of hot. Didn't think nothing about it.
Right.
Grew a big hole in my leg or in my foot, and got really sick. Went to the doctor. The doctor went to the ER, and he said, "Well, you're sick because you have influenza too, and you're also sick because you have poisonous gas inside your leg that can kill you. We're gonna have to take part of your foot."
Oh, wow.
So within about an hour of being in the ER, they took part of my foot. I woke up, part of my foot, and I have an amputation from the bottom of my calf down.
Chris.
So
Sheesh, man.
yeah, they decided to operate, which obviously is great. I did die on the table for almost roughly 2 minutes.
Oh, my goodness. Flatline.
Yeah,
Wow.
they couldn't find a pulse, couldn't find a heart rate. Brought me back. 2 weeks later, they stitched my leg up, so it was open, flapping around for roughly 2 weeks. Then they stitched it up. And
Oh, wow.
I started the process of being in a wheelchair and homebound and finally walking, and
Man.
so here we are.
You're a trooper too. Like just knowing you even prior to this, like you're such a trooper. How did you react to that, man? Because I know I would have been tripping. Like to wake up and see that. What was your initial reaction?
What the hell happened?
Yep.
That's more than just my foot.
Yep.
You know, the reaction's kind of shock. I didn't sleep. I wasn't able to sleep. I was out of it. From what I was told, I refused to take pain pills for 4 days or any type of pain medication. So I was just sitting there in pain.
Soldier, like I know you.
You know, and then you get the reaction of people. I've had all different types of reactions personally given to me. My reaction, I felt sorry for myself for a while. And then said, this is my life. What can we do?
Right.
Hopped on TikTok, started researching what you can do with prosthetic, what kind of prosthetics there are,
Definitely.
how to learn to walk, what to do. And by the time I got my leg, I was able to actually walk on it.
That's what's up.
But honestly, what do you do? Like, you give up? I tried, but I had 4 kids.
Right.
I have 4 kids. Like, they can't. I don't want them to say, "Oh, Dad gave up."
They need that hero.
You know?
Definitely.
So I messaged one of my good buddies one time, Vic, and I was like, we were talking back and forth because he's going through some things with his family too. And
Right.
I told him the worst part about this was finding out you're not Superman. And he's like, "What do you mean you're not Superman?" He's like, "Sounds like you're pretty damn close to Superman to me." You know, with having the heart issues and the leg issue. And,
Right.
you know, I know faith is important to a lot of people. I did lose my faith. Because you try to figure out why there's a lot of other people in this world that don't have to deal with anything who, in my eyes, were worse than I am.
Yeah.
Worse to their kids, worse to their family. Why
Just a
am I
bad
having
person.
to deal with this? And,
Right.
you know, it just kind of makes you sit back and try to understand. But there's no understanding of it. So you just got to accept it and be like, what's the old adage? God gives the biggest issues or the biggest
Battles to his
strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
So there's a reason I'm here. Still trying to figure out why. But my heart doctor told me one time, if you're a cat, you'd be on live 10.
Dang.
So
Damn. Chris, I got to jump in with you because I'm sure I could go to our old text and you would hit me. Daz, I don't think I'm going to be here. I still remember you saying that to me. I remember like places I was when you would send them. Like I'd be walking my dog down the street or something. Daz, I don't think I'm going to be here in 6 months, 3 months, whatever. I remember those texts. And like I could just feel your energy from there, what energy you had. And I mean, real talk, see, I was like, damn, he really going through it. You know, I was... And to sit here with you now and just see how far you've came, that's huge, man.
you know, I'm still on a timeline. I've had, I want to say 4 confirmed heart attacks.
Wow.
My heart works at about 13% of what it should.
Okay.
And I have lung issues now caused from that.
Sheesh.
So there's still very much, I'm not healthy. But I'm not on you have 6 months anymore. You know, because I am going to OHSU. They've changed my medications and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
The biggest challenge, tribulation I've had, I'll happily go through all the stuff I've been through. But I just have to look at my kids in the face and tell them I was dying.
Right.
And tell them we really need to figure out what you guys want, what we're going to go through, have conversations about what I want. And
I couldn't imagine. I know they were just crying too.
yeah, you know, and I'm not one to really sugarcoat things. So
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You know, have the conversation and, you know, now that I can't say I've gotten better. I'm just not getting worse anymore.
Right.
Definitely live like you're dying. Like do as much as you can. Understand that you can always make more money, never make more time.
Right.
So
Right.
that's kind of what you got to do. And that's for whether you have a timeline or not, nothing's promised.
Definitely. So true. And I think so many people take that for granted, you know. That's something I know I did. It took a lot of just self-digging. Like, fortunately, I haven't had to go through something life-altering like that. But I think seeing family go through something life-altering, people who I truly love, and like just sitting here talking with you, I'm heeding all this information that you're bringing in. And it's like, bruh, if I put myself in your shoes, like it's eye-opening. I saw, and just kind of to relate to you best I can, I seen a family member on their deathbed they pulled through by the grace of God, but it just was so eye-opening. Like, yo, this could happen at any moment.
For sure.
My dad used to say that you never know. You could walk outside and get in a car accident. You know, I mean, whatever. But then you start seeing things to people at least close to you. If it's not you, it's like, yo, man, like you said, live every day like it's your last. Yeah. Give it your all.
I mean, I'm only 41, you know, so
yeah,
I have to look at it as I've done everything I can do in life. So now what am I here to do?
That part.
You know, what's my reason for still being here?
Right. You think you finding that?
I think I stopped looking, hoping it'll find me.
Got you.
Otherwise, you miss everything you're going through life anyways.
Right. Yeah. I mean, definitely live in the moment, man. I know that's one thing. I try to let things come to me a lot, but I realized I had to meet it in the middle at least. You dig? And that's what I went through. That's why I started Garage Talks here right now. I was like, man, like I always had this idea. I was like, you got to meet it in the middle, man. You actually got to build the set.
Still got to go get it.
Go get it. Go grab it, you know? So it's a big thing.
For sure.
But you always had a big heart, see, and that's one thing I always hold close. I always hold something close about somebody, and I'll never forget. I called you at the drop of a dime to help me and my ex-girlfriend move. You remember that?
I do.
Drop of a dime. Called. I was like, yo, I need someone to help me move. Let's be real. Most people say no. And I remember you was like, yep, well, send me the Addy. And pulled up on me. And that's just a test to your character. That always meant something to me. I always held that close.
Well, the one thing is, like, you know, you try to be there for everybody. But you find out you try to find out who people are, but the one thing you've got to do is not expect yourself in somebody else. Not everybody lives the way that you do.
No, they don't. And that bit me in the butt a few times.
Yep. So just because you do it for them doesn't mean they do it for you.
Right. That's true. That bit me in the butt a few times, see? They got, please. Yeah, especially when it come to money. Oh, my gosh, man. There's times I'm just like, dang, that's a good quote right there. I'm gonna remember that one. See, how do you, with all these challenges, because I know there's people in life going through their health problems. How do you keep just the mental health strong then? Is a soldier like you is, and when I say soldier, just meaning you just strong as ever. Like, how do you got any tactics, any tips or tricks you would give somebody to be like, hey, that's how?
Just knowing it's okay to not always be the strongest person in the room.
Right.
You know, I try to always be lighthearted and funny. But you find out those people are the ones that need it the most sometimes.
Right.
So just always not being afraid to like find a shoulder, reach out, even if it's a text message, and that goes for everybody. Everybody needs somebody to talk to.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's stop doing the macho thing. I'm not Andrew Tate. I don't have millions of dollars or billions of dollars to tell somebody what a man and a woman is.
Right.
I don't care. Everybody needs help at some point.
Absolutely.
You know, so don't be afraid. Swallow your pride. Swallow your ego. Just reach out.
That's true. I agree.
Other than that, I don't know. I'm not aggressive anymore. You know, that's a lot of my mentality was just, I'll take my aggression out on somebody or something and just take care of it that way. And that's not productive by any means.
Right.
You know, so finding good assets, just looking at my kids, you know, you want to be the man that you want your son to be. And you want to be the man that you want your girls to want to be with.
That part.
And if you pull that, like if you think about that, it pulls a lot away.
Right.
You know, just don't be afraid to ask.
For sure. That's true, man. I mean, yeah, we got to be selfish at some point, but I realize that too. When I can just vent to somebody and just talk, helps a lot, man.
It doesn't make you weak.
Right.
I think it makes you stronger to be vulnerable.
It does. I mean, with the right people, you know, moderation.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's definitely,
you know, there's some
people take advantage of it.
Yeah, for real. He over here boo-hooing. I'd be like, bruh, really?
but that's that one you punch in the face.
Right.
And that makes you feel better.
It make you feel better. Man, yeah. No, definitely. I just growing up like the macho man for sure. Like, you know, just get through it. And yeah, you're going to get through it, but doesn't mean you got to do it alone. Sure. I mean, loneliness is so cold. And so just, I don't know. It's loneliness. Like, I've seen people who I always thought were the toughest of the toughest. And like, I mean, example with you just saying, and like you still are, but it's like, man, he's going through this or she's going through that. Like I would have never known until unfortunately they hit rock bottom and they're like, dude, I'm hurt.
Sometimes you gotta look at it addition by subtraction. What I mean is if you have to cut somebody off, you're subtracting them out of your life to gain something more than you're losing, right?
Got you.
So like if you got somebody that's just in your life for no reason, like what's the point? You're just taking my time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just expending energy for no reason.
If you're not bringing something to my life, you don't need to be in it.
That's huge. That's huge.
And I've done it for family. I've done it for friends. It doesn't matter.
I think we've all done that too. Like, but that's a good point right there.
It takes strength though, you know? It takes a lot of strength and to be like, I know you're related to me, but you're not what I'm about. You're not what I want to be about. Like, why are you here?
Right. So you're not helping me in any way. And it don't got to be monetary, but like, are you checking in on me? Are you calling me? Are you like, hey, did you get through your day? Okay. How you doing? It's just like,
you don't, I mean, like me and you, we would go months without talking.
Absolutely.
But when we do text, it's like nothing. We didn't miss a beat, right? Like,
just pick up right where we left off.
Exactly, you know. But that's the thing. If you're not giving, you're taking.
Right.
And that's just kind of how it breaks down for me.
That's wild. See, that's crazy you say that. One of our previous guests, shout out Lizzie. Lizzie, shout out to you, babe. Love you. She said the same thing. She said she was such a giver. So many people were take till she hit moments where she just didn't have anything to. And so that's crazy to hear you say that because it's so true, man. It's like, I've done it. It's just like give, and people just take it, and you're just drained at the end.
Well, they're not getting anything back.
Right.
And then they're pissed at you for not being able to give more.
Man, that part, man, it's tough. That's a tough one. Yes, I agree. It's tough. Like you said, you gotta have strength to let them know that, like, hey, it's just, I'm gonna love you from a distance, or
for sure.
You know,
It's just because, I mean, we don't gotta be friends. I don't have to dislike you, but you're on your level, I'm on mine. Like, we're just not going the same way.
Absolutely. That's huge. See, yeah, that's real talk. Have you had to do that a lot in life? Because I know I have.
Unfortunately, too many times.
Yeah.
But people, what you find now though is that people just won't even come anymore.
Right.
They just know, and it's even better because then there's no hard feelings. You already know you're not supposed to be here, so
right.
Just don't even show up.
And you know, there's this saying, and I love this saying, dude. Like they said, God removes people out your life because he hears the conversations when you're not in those rooms.
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh, it's so true, man. So true.
That's, I watched a skit one time. Guy was upset because he let somebody borrow $30 and wanted to go up his ass because he didn't pay it back.
Okay.
And the old grandpa's like, why do you look at it like that? Why not just look at it as it cost you $30 to get somebody out of your life you didn't need? And I was like, that makes sense.
That does. Dang, man. That's man, clip that, man. I mean, for real. That's so true, man. That's my dad. He always says some stuff like that. I'd be like, damn. You know, that's one of those lines. That's one of those lines like you tell someone and it hits them like 3 years later. They're like, dang.
Yeah. Inflation, it's probably going to cost more now, but
yeah, $60.
Yeah, 60 was still worth it.
Man, it's so true. See, jumping in. See, I wanted to ask too. You are considering because you used to. Well, first let's talk about you used to do cage fighting.
I did.
How many fights did you do? 2?
I did 2 sanctions. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not UFC. You told me earlier.
It's still in a cage. It's just not. It's through a smaller company that's no longer available or around anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, I fought up at the Salem Armory twice.
Got you. Did you win twice?
No, I got my ass beat twice.
You a real one, though. You admit it. You a real one.
I think combined about 2,600 to see people got me seeing my ass beat. So.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. One. Both are on YouTube, so feel free to watch it.
That's why I love this dude right here, man. Most people will be like, nah, I won. Then they're all going to pull up the stats and look.
Yeah, so. By all means, it's there.
Dang. Were you like choked out or like punched?
Both times. The first guy I fought, because you fight in weight classes, right?
Oh, okay.
So I was quite a bit heavier. I weighed in at like 225.
Okay.
But he had to cut down to 265.
So what class were y'all in?
Heavyweight.
Oh, okay.
So he was, I think he's like 6'6", 6'7", 265.
Dang. How tall
like,
are you?
I'm like 5'7". And I weighed in. Like
and they let y'all go at this?
Yeah, I don't know. It was stupid, but it was fun. So like he had to cut weight to get to 265, which is the max. I weighed in eating, like I had a box of Cheez-Its. I had my hoodie, my pants on. Like I wasn't worried about making weight. And I weighed in like 224.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I got punched in the face and said, damn, that hurt. So I decided to take a shot. And he laid on top of me. And like, yeah, all 200 plus, almost 300 pounds was laying on top of me. I pushed him around the cage for a little bit, and then I got tired, and he choked me out.
Dang.
Yeah. It was fun.
That was cool, though?
Yeah.
Good experience?
Sure.
I mean, not getting beat
you
up,
can
but
look at
just
the
learning
experience. I guess that's your definition on if it's good.
You got to take something away from it. It was good enough for you to
took a
come
black
back.
eye away
Was that
from
the
it.
first fight or second?
That was the first one.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
So it was good enough to come back.
Yeah. I was a stepping stone for the second guy, too. He's fine. I don't care. It was all fun.
See, I wouldn't go in. I'd be like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah, the best part about it was I went to the next fight. I wasn't fighting in the next one. I started when I was old, though. Like, I was like 33 when I had my first fight.
Okay.
So that's old.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I think it was like 33, 34. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Right.
So I take my son to watch some of the fights. And I'm sitting up kind of by myself with him. We're just watching. Some guy walks up to me. He's like, hey, did you fight on the last card? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got my ass kicked too. What's up? Like, what's up, man? He's like, so we're talking back and forth. And I look over at my oldest at the time. I was like, he looked at me and he had this smile on his face. And it was like, Dad's famous.
Yeah.
I don't want to be famous for getting my ass kicked.
Right.
But on the other side of it was like, it was cool that he's like, hey, my dad's recognized.
Exactly.
So
for sure.
that part was cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was a good experience. It's a brotherhood like nobody you'll ever meet, you know, like
For real.
something about fighters going in there fighting. Mm-hmm. Nobody has real much like a disdain for each other,
Oh,
especially
like-
at that level. Like it wasn't.
Oh, like you and the opponent, and it's like.
I didn't even talk to the dude until afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It was an awkward talk. We were both showering. He's trying to give me points on like next time not to get choked out. I'm like, let's get some clothes on.
Right.
Like I ain't.
Let's.
Yeah, can we get some towels or something?
Like, put some towels in
let's
there.
do something. So yeah,
Something I would
I
say.
mean, we're brothers, but not like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
What made you fight? What made you want to do that?
I'd said for probably 6 years I was gonna fight, and nobody believed me.
Okay.
So I had to prove people wrong.
Had to prove them wrong. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got out without too many injuries, and so
Dang. If you would have won a couple of both of them, would you keep going? You think?
no,
There's just two, and that's
it's like another full time job. Trying to train and cut weight.
right.
I like pizza too much. Not a big fan of water. All that combined, it's not a good recipe for fighting.
It's like this ain't my lifestyle, man.
I'm like, I'll sit in the stands and watch y'all fight.
Dang, see, man, cage fighting, that's wild, man. But taking a hit, like I don't know, that's another thing they say about learning to fight is like you learn to take a hit in life too sometimes. Not to
You know, I think probably everybody here's been punched in the face, I'm assuming at one time or another. Yeah. And you can all sit there and say, it wasn't that bad. And if you haven't, I really suggest being punched in the face to understand it's not that bad.
Gotcha.
So many people are so afraid of it. And yeah, my nose is a little messed up and I snore, but other than that, like I'm fine. Like I don't worry about it. It was an experience I'll never get away, you know? Like it's something you'll never, like walking out for the first time to music you choose, to 30 people lined up to get high fives and people lining up afterwards to get autographs. And you're like, this is my first fight. I'm not even paid for this. What do you guys, but 6 and 7 year old kids want this and that.
For sure.
It was just an experience that I wish everybody could try at least once.
For sure. No, that's cool to hear. That's just a life thing too. Like just trying things, try something new, break out your comfort zone. Not everybody's gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna go do cage fighting. And you ever seen? You remember what movie was it? Best Man. You remember Best Man movies with Tay Diggs and all them?
Probably
If you saw it, it's like a comedy thing. But now I always remember this one dude. He was kind of like trying to be the perfect husband and all that in the movie. And then in the third one was a show, but he decided to take up cage fighting or UFC fighting, and it just like unlocked like a beast in him. And it's funny, but at the same time, you're like, there you go, like you're actually letting loose and like living your life now. You're not trying to be this perfect up to date guy. Like you're actually out here getting punched in the face, getting hit, tackled, and it made his life so much better. And
It really is. I think something opens up when, when you're doing MMA, cage fighting, boxing, any of that stuff. There's something raw and authentic about it.
most def.
That's the oldest sport in the world. Is wrestling, grappling, fighting.
Oh shoot, okay.
So there's something kind of barbaric about it, but there's also a huge respect.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that, like I said, it's a part of life. Then I wonder future generations if they're going to have that experience or what things are going to look like.
That's a good topic thing. I'm curious about that too. Cause like I don't watch too much UFC, but like when I do go to watch it, like my buddies or cousins will invite me over. I look more at the culture. The fight itself, cool, like I see it, but I look at the culture and I see everybody and I'm like, you're right. There's like kind of like a brotherhood essence there. Yeah, there's some dudes that just don't like each other, but it always made me curious. Like, ooh, can I be behind the scenes of this and like just experience that culture and that brotherhood to it?
I mean, there's a ton of gyms around town.
Right.
Most of them will give some type of free week or something of trying different classes and stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to try it, man. I have never took anything like that. I might have to try it.
I mean, there's so much besides just punching. There's the kickboxing, there's Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu's fun. It's a great workout.
That's what I hear. I hear that's a popular one.
Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu's crazy. And it's something that you're always progressing in. Where a lot of baseball, basketball, football, you get to a point and that's as high as you can go. There's actual ceiling to it. Or Jiu-Jitsu, it's constant. There's always going to be somebody better.
Got you.
And so it's kind of I don't know, it's ever evolving. So I don't know. It's something to pass the time, and I've had to find different things to be able to do, obviously, with the amputation. And so, unfortunately, jiu-jitsu is not one because you should have all your limbs for that, and some of the assets are no longer available to that. But yeah, no, it's I miss the competing.
Right.
I don't miss the weight cuts. I don't miss I really don't miss being punched in the face. Like, I can handle it, but nobody wants to be known as the guy with the good chin.
Absolutely. It's with the jiu-jitsu, like you were saying, ever evolving. I think that's a cool thing too. It's kind of like Bruce Lee said, be like water in a way. Like you're always flowing. You're always in this state of learning. And one thing I love to say, is don't die in the comfort zone. That's one of my favorite things to say, because so when you're, like you said, there's always someone better than you. So you're always trying to reach that next level and that next level. That's why I need to take up something like that just to get that experience.
What do they say? The other side of complacency is success.
That part. Yeah.
So don't be scared.
For sure. I might have to try that out, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Speaking of finding things to do, given the health scare, I had to put my Jordans on for you. We got to get to this. I'm a shoe guy. You're a shoe guy. You've been considering starting a podcast about shoes and sports and things like that?
Yeah. It's the thought process a long time ago. I know I reached out to you and talked to a bunch of people. Was just kind of goes, pop culture, music, shoes, whatever is kind of happening in all the culture. And but I wanted a strong emphasis on mental health because I still think there's a stigma about it that people don't think it's okay to go through processes. And, just a safe space for everybody, anybody who wanted to call in or talk or whatever.
Definitely.
And, it's kind of evolving to more shoes. I got more shoes than I know what to do with. Like, I got shoes in boxes.
Yes,
I don't even know what shoes I have anymore.
Man.
So, like,
you got a whole savings account right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just doing unboxing videos and stuff like that, and with Nike making shoes more readily available,
right?
It just seems to make sense for somebody to be able. I know there are lots of different podcasts and TikToks and stuff out there, and
But you would be good at it, man. Like I got two guys I watch, and you need to look them up: Sniper Kicks and Unbreakable Kicks. Unbreakable, I started with. He's super dope. I've been rocking with him since like 2018, 19. Okay. So when I was like, okay, I need to trust somebody before I buy a pair of shoes, because let's be real, Jordan's $200.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I would listen to this dude, Unbreakable. Unbreakable, we're going to tag you on this too because you my guy, man. Shout out to you, Unbreakable Kicks. He would just put so much heart and effort into his videos. Like, I felt like he was talking to me.
Yeah.
And he really is responsible for more than half the shoes I bought. See, you got to check him out.
I will, for sure.
He's dope. And, like, then I found out, like, he loves wrestling. He loves animals. He was, like, trying to be a veterinarian.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, this guy is dope. Like, kind of like you were saying, he's just a safe space to talk about sneakers, style, all this cool stuff. And dude, you gotta check them out. And then Sniper, shout out to Sniper too. He's super cool. I just started following him probably about a year ago. But Unbreakable, bro, you gotta watch his stuff. It's dope, man. So I think you should do something.
And that's the wrestling thing. Been following wrestling for as long as I can remember.
And that's why I bring that up because you do it.
My mom used to work at like the Sherry's right down the road from the Portland Armory.
Oh, word.
Where all the old Portland wrestlers, Roddy Piper and all them used to come through. So she used to like feed all of them and give them all coffee and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
And so it was kind of bred into me. And then I don't know, it's now pushed it onto my kids, and
right.
so some of my kids are really enjoying it, and it's changing again back to being cool again, right? Like for a long time, it's like everybody was in the closet about watching wrestling, and now it's cool again. So
Now
everybody's watching it.
Shoot, they brought The Rock back. I was like, oh, okay.
So yeah, it's I don't know. It's always a good time. Wrestling, like I said, it's a lot of untapped market right now, podcast wise too. There's a lot. It's starting to open up space wise. So.
Bro, you should do it, man. Combine all those things. I think that would be dope. I mean, it's a huge market to it. It's not saturated. Just carve out your niche to it.
So Jordan came out, or was going to come out, with a Jordan 12 Bloodline edition. So that was like marrying everything for me. But they scrapped it and coming out with a different 12. But
when you say Bloodline, like Roman Reigns in them?
yeah, it was going to be all black with just red accents on it, the 12s.
That would have been tough.
So, but they scrapped it for some reason. But like it was confirmed for a little bit.
I'm glad you brought that up. They're still working together though. Roman is like, I think he's signed to.
Yeah, he's wearing some Jordan lows last time I saw him out in the ring or whatever.
Yes, you saw that when he came back last week, I think.
Yeah, I'm obviously a shoe guy, so if I watch wrestling, I'm like, I gotta try to pick out
See what
who's wearing what,
Roman be rocking them too.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, if he comes out with some shoes, I'm gonna get him. He came back, had that shirt, OTC, Original Tribal Chief. I was like, let's go. Let's go. I feel like a kid.
That's funny.
He's signed to him, Chris, so I wonder what they're going to do.
No. Nike's good about being with product that's going to sell. Whether it's, I know however controversial it is, but Caitlin Clark, before Asia Wilson got hers, yes, Asia Wilson is amazing, but unfortunately, Caitlin Clark came around at the right time.
Right.
And Nike sees money. They don't see what's necessarily hot. And Caitlin Clark was the hottest person in the market, male or female at that time. Watch how Jordan was when he was signed. Just right place, right time.
Crazy.
I don't think it had anything to do with anything but money. Just my opinion on it. And
so with Jordan, that was because you saw that Air movie, right?
Love the Air movie.
Did you? Okay. That movie was dope.
Yeah.
Affleck and all of them. I thought that was so crazy for him to take the stocks or ask for the stocks.
He changed the game.
Talk about betting on yourself. Yeah. Like, I didn't know he did that. And so I'm seeing that. I'm like, this dude said, hey, I want the stock of all my shoes. Oh, my God.
Well, he did the same thing for Barkley, too. Barkley renegotiated his contract and was like offered $3 million. And Jordan said, no, take $1 million and do $2 million in stocks. And the contract ended up being worth like $30 million or something like that because of stocks. So it wasn't just, he wasn't doing it for himself. He was definitely changing the game for sure.
For sure. Talk about just betting on yourself, 100%. Too.
You have to, though. You're betting on yourself. We talk, new mics. You got new signage and stuff coming.
That part.
You're betting on yourself.
Facts. Got to.
You got the crew right here. They're betting on you. You're betting on them.
The crew, man. Shout out to the crew right there.
Thanks,
man.
Everybody in the room is betting on themselves right now and betting on you.
For sure.
And now it's a heavy torch to handle.
Yeah.
But you're doing what you like, though.
Thanks.
And that's
love it, man.
That's what they see, and that's what I see. So, who wouldn't want to be a part of it?
Thanks, man. It's an honor. I mean, get to sit here and, like I said in our prayer, you're taking time out your day that you can't get back to sit here and have a conversation with me. It means a lot. And you're telling your story, your health problems, your mental health problems. I mean, it's an honor, man. It's an honor.
I mean, my story is not like everybody has a story.
Everybody does.
You know, and I'm doing it selfishly for myself too, right? Like, I feel like I want to vent and not just a TikTok in a 30 or 60-second video, you know? So it's nice to tell the story. And at the end of the day, if one person gets something from it, whether it be this guy's a kick in the ass or what is this guy thinking, some kind of something. Like, it'll make you happy, make you sad, make you mad. I don't care. I got something out of you.
Absolutely.
And that's your, you know, podcast and people in general. You're just trying to promote feelings one way or another.
For sure. And what else to add on that? See, what I love is, like, I think about this. I go, what if like shows and podcasts existed in the 90s, the 80s? How would life kind of be? Like, just, and I say that because, like, with us here, we, as you know, I say it's a safe space here. We keep it 100%. Like, I want people to be able to come on here and be like, yo, this the same setup, same dude is in person. Yeah, 100%. Sure. But I say that because I wonder back in the day, if these existed, how would people's be dealing with their mental health? How would communication be? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because back then, it's like you going through something, all you could do is turn on cable. You couldn't turn on your tablet and be like, oh, I can listen to Chris talk about his amputation and his health scares. Like, that's...
I also worry about the other side of it, though, right? Like, how many people in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s got away with a lot of stuff that we can't now? Because there weren't the social medias. There weren't the followings.
That's true.
You know, could be good and bad.
That's true. That's true.
You know, but everybody needs an outlet, and I don't know. I was raised by 2 old women. Guys didn't have feelings. They went to work, did what they were supposed to, and came home.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
You know,
craziness.
So this whole feeling thing for a long time was like, messed me up. I was depressed, not the nicest person to be around. I mean, brass tacks, I took a bottle of Vicodin.
Damn.
It was just too much.
Damn.
Lost everything.
That part.
So,
and then had to pick yourself back up.
Somebody picked me up. It wasn't me that night, but somebody picked me up.
Honest
I made it back home, but.
Chris, that's crazy though. So crazy. And you here now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm too stubborn to die.
Damn, I love it.
My kids used to come home, YOLO, Dad, YOLO. I'm like, no, you live every day.
Right.
You only die once.
That part.
I'm just stubborn enough to die more than once.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I made myself a liar, but.
Gosh, because you was on that operating table.
Yeah, I was already dead.
Sheesh.
So, yeah, everybody stuck with me for a little bit longer.
It sure is. Hey, Chris. Oh, man. Yeah, you got to do the podcast, bro. You would kill it. Like, I'm just looking. You got the fit on. You got all the kicks.
I don't know. I got Crocs on, man.
Yeah, you comfortable. I asked
you.
You.
It's a little bit harder with those, with my legs, you know, tying them and shit. But
so if you buy some shoes, you get the pair or you just get one?
No, you know, for the longest time, I was like, you know, I don't need, most everybody puts the left shoe out. It's normally only 9.5 or 10 they put out on the wall.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, shit. I can just go grab all those. They're going to say, who's going to steal one shoe? Well, me. I only got 1 foot. But, you know, now I got the second foot, so I got to buy a pair. So
you got to jump back there laughing. See, I wonder if they would give you half off.
I thought about that.
Have you tried?
No, they don't think I'm funny. But I did wonder if I was going to get a, you know, like a buy one, get one pedicure. But I haven't gone anywhere to find it out yet.
Okay. Fair enough. At least you're trying, though. You exploring.
Yeah, for sure. I'm cheap. I got to do something.
Chris, I love you, bro. I tell people, you got to laugh through the pain at times, man.
That's a lot of people like they're delicate about it. I'm not a delicate person.
No, you're not.
Like my Facebook profile says like what made of aftermarket parts.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I didn't know.
Aftermarket parts. Oh, you know, Chris. And like the salesman was so, you know, I was so good when I was talking to the salesman. He asked for an arm and a leg. I just gave him a leg.
Oh, Chris.
Like you just, what's the point in being so pissed off about it? Like,
absolute.
I mean, I do have my bad days.
As we all do.
But
see, that's why I love you, man. Like that right there. I have this saying too. Another saying of Des is of Peacekeepers. One day we'll look back and laugh at it. I've told my mom that, Mama, I went through something crazy last year, and I said one day. Right now it sucks, but we'll look back and laugh. And that simple part right there, it's so true though.
Yeah, I don't know when my one day is gonna be, so I try to laugh about it now. But the rest of my health shit, I'm like, no, we're just gonna laugh about it now and
figure it out.
You know, it's whatever. Like I said, to me, the hardest part's just been my kids having to deal with it.
For sure.
Deal with my mental changes and not necessarily always being the nicest person.
Right.
So,
man,
making up for it as much as I can and just being here and being active.
So one thing I get from you when you're saying that is just when you're going through a tough time, just consider those loved ones around you.
You got to.
Because that's just essential.
It's selfish if you don't. You know, misery loves company. But I want to be by myself. So if I shut off for a day, go hide, go for a drive. The one thing that I try to let everybody know is if I go radio silent for a while, it's not against you. It's so I don't hurt you, so I don't upset you, so I don't make you mad.
Definitely.
And that's what I mean by hurt. I don't mean like punch you.
Right.
Because if I'm going to punch you, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to come do it.
Just go do it.
Yeah.
Such a doer. Golly.
I was 100%.
Yeah, Mike Tyson said that.
I don't think, like,
he said
that one of the things that bugs me the most is people sit on their phones or their computers and say this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
oh, keyboard warriors.
The one
That's
thing
what they
that
call
people
them,
are
keyboard
missing
warriors.
is eventually I'm going to see you in public. And I'm going to punch you because it's only 12 or 14 hours in jail.
You did the
it's
math.
fine.
You did the math. How you look this up?
It depends on if it's a Friday or Monday, but if you have to go in on Friday, you're not getting out till Monday or Tuesday, depending on pretrial. Anyways.
At least you know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And the food's not great, but I got some weight. I'm fine. Just fasting. That's all it is for me.
Right. It's keyboard warriors. It's true. That's something I struggle with. See, it's like, it's like, man, that's why I say I want people to talk to me in person and be like, okay, this dude's the same dude I see on the video. Cause so many people put on a facade.
Yeah.
And it's like me right now, us with Garage Talks, we're coming up here. We're trying to meet up with everybody else. But I'm starting to see all these intertwined. Some people are kind of faking their way to the top. Fake it till they make it, they say it. I face it till I make it. It's just different things. And so many people get out of touch of what reality is. And that's, like you said, the punch in the face. Mike Tyson said it too. Sometimes you just need that shake, like, yo. And that's something I want to say to you and to everybody. Like, we're coming up here and we're going to stay the same the whole time, even when we get to that pinnacle right there. And people are going to be like, yo, man, they 10 toes down because we coming from nothing.
I can't be 10 toes. I'll give you 5.
That's fine. I'll take 5.
Perfect.
Thank you. I'll take what I can get.
I mean, I can bring my other leg. We'll do 15.
That part.
Joe can hold one, and we'll be.
And Joe will.
See,
Joe will.
We'll be golden.
But yeah, it's true, man. People they get so out of touch sometimes, and
that's why you got to reach out and touch them.
Yeah. I'm gonna shake hands, but yeah, I feel you. They disrespect. I'll call Chris and be like, "Yo,
I don't push. I don't talk.
You just do.
You get in my bubble, which is arm reach.
Right.
I'm not afraid to be punched.
Right. For sure. But see, with you, I love that. Tough dude, but knows when to take a break. Like, when did you ever start realizing, like, oh, I need a day to myself? Like, honestly, how many people do that? See, let's be honest. I know I didn't do it for the longest.
You know, I went through therapy and found out some stuff happened in my past and it made me not a nice person and blah, blah, blah. As far as I'm concerned, it was excuses. Like, I know how I'm supposed to treat somebody. I didn't treat people the way I should have. Taking the bottle of Vicodin. At the time, you're at your worst. You feel that, like, everybody's better off without me. I'm not going to sit here and say it's selfish. That's what everybody will tell you. It's selfish to try to do that. And you don't want to wake up in the morning. It's not selfish.
Absolutely.
You feel like you're being selfless by pulling yourself out. You know, you're breathing somebody else's air at that point.
Absolutely.
So after that, went through some things, went back to therapy, and just decided that if it meant forever without my kids or a day without my kids, which one would I rather have?
Got you.
So decided that I would take a day when I needed it, or even just 20 minutes.
Absolute.
You know, go hide in the backyard, go barbecue, go for a drive. You know, and just, you know, letting people know that this isn't against you. This is in my head. I'm fighting my battle.
And with that, like for me, like I didn't realize how tough it was for the longest to just say, to tell, especially the ones I love, hey, I just need a day to myself. I just need some time. Like sometimes that's so hard for someone to do because it shows, I would say, vulnerability.
You're vulnerable. You feel selfish, though. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But at the end of the day, you've got to take your time for yourself, because if you're not your best self, what's the point in being around? If I'm not going to be the best father for my children, what's the point in me being there?
Straight up.
So,
And that's being the best self is the key thing, because you can't be the best anything else. Can you be the best dad if you're not the best Chris?
nope. And that's, you got to take time for yourself. And everybody's like, oh, you got to be 100%. I'm willing to give you 100% of what I have. That's not necessarily 100%. Maybe I only have 70% today, but I'm willing to give you 100% of the 70% I do have.
For sure.
So,
For sure.
you know, just taking a step back and understanding that
Giving
life's
you
going to be here tomorrow.
You said giving you 100% of the 70
Yeah, just give somebody the 100% of what you have.
of what you have. I like that. That's so true. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. Thank you. It's real talk. Everyone tries, yet again, back to the internet thing. That's my whole juggling this. Like everyone tries to be perfect. I call it PP, perfect Patty. Everyone try to be perfect Patty. And it's like, come on, mate. We all going through it. You're not helping people by trying to act perfect. You help people when you give them the realness, when you have these real, like what we're doing right now, having these real conversations, man.
Yeah.
That's when you help somebody else. And I think that's when you can achieve being the best you, is when you got something to give back to somebody.
100%. But make sure that person's worth giving to.
Right.
You know, like this, obviously, like people are going to take what they want. And if they want to misconstrue stuff, have at it. I don't care. Like, this is me genuinely. This is you genuinely. Like, I'm not worried about it. I am who I am.
Straight up. You ever had, going with that question, you ever had a moment that you wish you could redo in life?
No.
No.
If there was anything I could hope to redo, it would just be understanding my health issues prior to having kids. Because most I have, what's wrong with me is hereditary. So I'm making sure I've had proper testing done to make sure anything that is wrong with me won't be handed down to my kids. Definitely don't regret having kids. Would never change that for the world. But making sure that they have a better life than I do, mentally, physically,
There you
would
go.
be the biggest thing.
There you go.
But no regrets.
There you go. Just lessons.
You move one step, you're not where you're at, and where you're at's where you're supposed to be.
Where you're at supposed to be. Straight up. Because of you having that mindset of, I'm me, I'm right here, this is what you get. How many haters you get throughout life?
Don't care.
So you have a lot.
Couldn't tell you.
You're not counting?
I don't pay attention to them.
For sure.
That's when you get sucked into that stuff. Somebody wants to come find me, come find me.
Right.
I'm not trying to be a badass, and I've got my ass beat multiple times, but you're going to know you were in a fight. But that's the thing with a lot of people now. They'll put it on YouTube, they'll put it on TikTok, they'll put it on whatever.
Put what, fighting?
Anything. Just their talk. But at the end of the day, they haven't been what I've been through. They haven't been what you've been through. You know? And that's what you just have to be careful with, is like feeding into that, because that's what they want.
Reactions.
That's what they want, is reaction.
Reactions.
You don't give them a reaction, then they become fans.
There you go. Man, I've had people, man, I'm like, I just see it. I'm like, they're testing my page. They see something with me, and they're like, they want to poke at it.
Yeah, you're in a platform. They're looking for some kind of, they want their claim to fame too, right? If I get a rise out of him, I'm now famous. You see it all the time on TikTok, whether it's legit or not. People do it for views, people do it for clicks, people do it for whatever. That's not genuine. That stuff falls off, people see through it. So just understand that if you have haters, you're doing something right.
Roger. Thank you for that advice. Thank you.
Means you're doing something right. Like, that's all you can take it as, and like, don't give them the time of day. It ain't worth it.
That's true. That's true. It's crazy. It's just seeing it like, at first I would genuinely think like, oh, this person just don't like me. But then I start reading between the lines and it's like, this person really just wants a reaction. Like
100%.
they really just, misery loves company. They really just want a reaction from me. I'm like, this, you
And
got
then what do you get out of that?
Nothing.
You're moving backwards.
Nothing. The ultimate glow up is when someone tries to do that to you and you ignore the disrespect. Like you don't even look at the disrespect. You're just like, I'm gonna keep pushing. I've had to do that so many times. Even like I'm like my workplace. Like yet again, that person, they see something about me. I know I'm trying my best in life, but I see them just trying me. And I'm like, that's just, why give them this energy? Because you only have so much in a day. Why give it to them?
And a lot of it's going to be jealousy, right? Like at some point, you've got to understand that's just jealous. Like, but if somebody, is talking on YouTube about you or talking on TikTok, you've just got to understand that it's just boosting you, right? Like any kind of likes or comments boost the channel. So accept it. Thank you for hating on me. Keep going. You're just boosting our TikTok. You're just boosting YouTube. You're just, that's all they're doing is boosting the algorithm.
So Kevin will see those and Kevin knows me. I just be like, God bless him. Keep it going. Hit him with a heart. God bless him. Just keep it pushing. That's what I do. I was like, God bless him.
They're boosting the algorithm for you.
Gosh.
So take it just as a good thing. Like, yeah, cool.
Even if it's family.
Yeah.
Same. Chris.
Whether good or bad, don't matter. They're helping the algorithm.
I'm just asking. See, you gotta be asking you. I'm like, shoot, man.
I mean, if it's family, what do they say? Blood makes you family. Blood makes you family. Loyalty makes you related. Or no, blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family. Something like that.
No, I think that's right.
But let everybody hate you.
For sure. For sure. Well, what did someone say too? They're like, you think Michael Jordan reads YouTube comments? I'm like, no.
No. LeBron does. I'm a LeBron fan, but he's got to stop.
Durant. But
poor guy.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, he's been in the public eye for longer than he hasn't now. So
for real. Dang, that's crazy. Yes. That just hit me.
Yeah.
Whew. Longevity at the finest.
For sure.
In those Olympics too. Woo.
Yes, I understand why he was the MVP because his numbers were right with Steph's. But those last two games, Steph had 17 threes combined.
Steph went crazy, Chris.
KD and LeBron were both passing to Steph to make the shot. So, it is what it is. We finally got gold back. So.
For sure. But then, this is what I say, though. Are people buying Currys or LeBrons?
Oh, yeah. Nobody. But that's Under Armour. That's not fair.
If you're that dude.
Nobody likes those.
If you're that dude.
What dude?
The hooper, the guy, the go-to, the GOAT.
Have you ever hooped in Under Armours?
No, I have not.
Have you ever seen anybody hoop in Under Armours?
Maybe a football guy here or there, but...
Okay, a football guy. That's what I'm saying. I've hooped in bronze for as long as I can remember.
Yes, you have.
Joe likes Steph's. I've got nothing against Steph. Don't get me wrong.
Joe likes Steph's. Joe got some LeBrons. I got Joe some LeBrons for Christmas a couple years back.
See?
Joe got some LeBrons and some J's. So Joe stepping the shoe game up. Shout out to Joe.
At least playing the Jordans. I don't care if they're retro. Why?
You do.
Just because they were a cool color. they feel like crap.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I get behind it, but way behind it. Back of the line behind it.
Chris, see, that's why you got to start up your shoe tube. That's why I call it shoe tube.
My shoe tube.
You got to start what? And then you got to feature me on there, man. I'm trying to be featured on podcasts, so you got to feature me.
For sure.
I'm the host all the time, man. I'm honored. I'm blessed, but sometimes I just want to be featured. Sometimes I want to sit there. I'm not going to sit there because this is Garage Talks, but somewhere else. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So start up a page. It's great times. I've met so many great people, and then I have these great combos. Like I know we go way back, but it's worth it, bro. You should really do it. And it's something you love. And I just observing, I know you love shoes and stuff. You would meet some dope people, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, Unbreakable, Kick, Sniper, all them, they're dope. I can see.
I think we're going to Vegas in October, and I'm gonna hit up a couple shoe places there too.
For sure.
So we'll see.
And go see my buddies at Palette. So go
They're
see
up Portland, right?
They're up in Portland off Broadway. Go see Woody. Go see Wyatt, the owner. Great people.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
just the dog Odin. Yep.
Okay.
I know you saw our post when we were up there, and it's a dope time. I need to get back up there. I went. When did I go back? June? Did I go? Yeah, I went back in June, but you got to.
Yeah, for sure. I try to hit up everything. There's supposed to be some kind of like sneaker con. It's not sneaker con because that's a branded, but there's Rose City shoe something or other supposed to be happening up there.
I'm gonna have you get in touch with my boy Woody. Woody knows all that stuff.
I got a buddy that his brother runs a shoe place up there too. I don't know the name of it.
Word.
His name, I know the brother's name is Jordan, but I don't know.
I'm gonna get you in touch with Woody. You thrift? Do you like thrifting too, or just straight shoes?
No. I mean, I'm about making any money. I mean, I brought you a Jordan card.
Thank you again. You're a real one for that.
I got that off just, I sell cards, I do a little bit on TikTok and do on whatnot and stuff like that, and just to have fun, just to pass the time. So.
I'm gonna get you Woody's number. I'm gonna have Woody hit you.
Just have Woody hit me up.
You two would vibe out for sure because he does all that cards, all that stuff.
I got a little bit of everything, unfortunately, right now. My garage is full.
Yeah, do the shoe tube. I can see it right now. Chris Hight shoes, man. I can see it. They go way back. Speaking of shoes, what would you say your favorite Jordan number is?
I don't know. Like ones kind of go with everything. I'm not a big fan of twos, but I don't have any twos, so I need to get a pair.
If you looked at your collection, what number do you have the most of?
Ones.
Same.
Second is threes.
11s for me.
I've got some 11s too. I think my 3s and 11s are tied. I've got the What the 5s, which I really like. I've got the All-Star Game 6s. I've got the Craft 4s. I just got a pair of 7s too. I don't know. They're still in the box. Oh. I don't know what 7s they are. They're
People sleep on 7s.
I don't know what. Yeah, they're the infrared 7s.
Infrared.
But yeah, I used to like 13s. 13s used to be like where it was at for me, but I've got some Space Jams I really like.
Space Jams always go tough.
And Cool Grays, I have a pair of them that I really like.
Your Space Jams, the 2010s?
I got the 45s on the back.
Oh my goodness. Wasn't that the 10s or 9s?
2009s.
When the people were going crazy for them?
Yeah, I've got 2 pairs.
Dang.
So, but like, I don't have anything basic though. Like, I don't even have any Air Force Ones.
I don't either.
I really should get some, but
just don't get black one. Actually, you might have some Black Force energy.
Some black ones.
Some Black Air Force.
Not really.
Your kids will be like, Dad, everything all right?
Just stop. My midlife crisis.
Dad, I got some Black Air Forces. Your kids would know. Oh man, 13s. Did you know? I gotta say, did you know there was plastic on the eyelid right there
on the outside?
Did you know that?
Yeah.
That you can remove it. Learned that like a year ago.
Yeah, and then you can actually, if you take a blow dryer on a low setting, once they get, because those get foggy too. Once they get foggy, you can just blow dry that.
What?
Yeah,
see,
it'll clear.
I did not know.
It'll clear up.
The things you learn. I did not know that. So you're saying favorite shoe? You're going ones then?
No, I just have too many of them.
Think that's your favorite shoe?
No. I just pick them up cheap.
That's my reasoning. You look at my shoe collection, I got ones. They're my favorite shoe. Even though I love these 4s right here. Wore them just for you, but.
Probably 11s or 13s.
11s or 13s.
Yeah.
Now we got to get more closer to it. What colorway? If you had to pick one colorway of the 11s.
Of the 11s? It's got to be, I want to say Concords, but it's got to be Space Jams. I like the black.
The Concourse, yeah. I'm with you, Space Jams. So that'd be your number one shoe. If you was like, I can have one shoe, you get one a week, it'd be Space Jams.
One a week? No.
If Nike was like, look, we give you a new pair each month, each week.
Of one shoe?
Of one Jordan. You would do Space Jams because you said that's your.
No, I'd probably
Just one.
Just one.
I would do threes. They're more comfortable.
So you would go threes just for comfort?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going Chicago ones.
The ones?
I love Chicago ones.
They're coming back out with them.
Well, I got the 20. They came out 2022. The home.
They got the 2025s. The ones that are coming out 2025. They're the 85s. So they're the original.
Oh, the hyphen look.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, for the Chicagos I had, this is a crazy story. I had 30 people try for me. 25 or 30 people try for me. I just said, hey, here's the sneakers app. Everybody, you know how sneakers is. 7 a.m. hits. It crashes. Yet again, 25 to 30 people tried for me. This dude, Joe, shout out to Joe, always helping me. He's laying in bed, just wakes up 7 o'clock, like I asked, puts his name in the draw. Yet again, sneakers crashed. I don't know if you tried that release.
Not that one. I tried on the reverse Grinches.
It was crazy. That part.
Wasn't even worth it. I went back to bed.
I'm up here for an hour and a half in my garage thinking the signal's better. Even my neighbor's like, Des, I'm trying for you. And it just doesn't work. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyways, everyone's like, Des, we can't. This dude, Joe, hey, just looking. It says I got him. I'm like, what? And this dude
so
just
funny.
wakes up, puts his name in, and goes back to sleep. I'm like,
But how long did it take?
It took
Because
hours.
Every 15 minutes, I was like, hey, the app is saying this, and it's like on a frozen screen or something like that.
right.
And you're like this doesn't sound good.
And he gets them. Chris, I couldn't believe
An
it.
hour and a half later, it's like, hey, by the way, it said I got him.
It was crazy. I'm just like, okay.
That's next year. So like the Black Toe 14s are coming out again this year.
Oh, yes.
So I'm gonna get those. I really want the.
So you're going threes, though. That's
Yeah.
the shoe. I'm just making sure we're.
As far as Jordans, something like I really like though that are gonna come back out. I don't know if anybody's gonna hit on them or not, but just foam posits. They're tanks. They're indestructible.
Are they? I remember you just couldn't get those.
That's the Galaxy ones are coming back out again.
The Galaxy.
I'm gonna go to Portland and wait in line.
Those things are tough. I remember, who was it? Rondo would wear them all the time. He had the Galaxies. He had the pink ones. Yeah. He had all the foam posits, and people would go crazy over them.
They're terrible to play basketball in.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Rondo, you're lying.
But I think he doesn't dunk really, so you get to a point where it doesn't really matter. Like,
true.
cushioning's not super. Like, they're comfy,
They're comfy.
but they're heavy.
They just look bricky.
Oh, they are. Like, you feel like you're wearing shoe boxes on your feet, but
Straight up.
I don't jump, so I ain't worried about it.
So at this point, being a sneakerhead, would you say, so you're going more for comfort, it sounds like, than style? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, I used to be, then I lost a foot, and it's only half as comfortable, or discomfortable, so I don't care. I don't wear them too much anymore, so I'm fine with it.
And then you said threes earlier. They got the cements coming back in November.
Yeah, I'll probably be getting those.
Those are tough.
I'm gonna start golfing again.
Oh,
And they make all different kinds of Jordan golf shoes retroed.
true.
So I'm gonna be terrible, but I'm gonna look good when I'm chasing my ball.
Yes, that's true.
So at least I got style while I'm in the rough.
Dang it. See, is there a pair of shoes that you regret not getting? Like you had a chance to get them, but you just passed on them? I can't wait to tell you mine. But
A lot. You gotta remember, I started working at Foot Locker in 2004 in Oklahoma. So like
you was in Oklahoma working?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, so it was 2007. Sorry.
Did not know that.
But they did they retroed the last shot Jordan 1 UNCs. So it was a Jordan 1 UNC, but him shooting his last shot in college on it.
I remember that. Yes.
So I had a pair returned in a size 10.5. Wasn't my size. With my discount, they would have been $79 because they were on clearance.
What size you wear?
I'm in like 9.5 or a 10.
Okay.
But they're going for like $3,000-$4,000. No.
I remember those.
Ones I did get and I sold, though, were the band ones when they originally went to outlets.
No, they had the X on the back.
They had the X on the back. I picked them up. I was like, oh, these are cool. I picked them up for like $110, $115. And I sold them for like $300.
Dang.
And I look at what they're going for. I was like, oh, my bad.
Sheesh.
Because I mean, they're now like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000.
Oh, they're going crazy.
So anything off white, you miss on those. But
I slept on the off-white Chicago ones.
those
I mean,
ones,
not saying I could have got them. I just didn't try though. So who knows? But
yeah, and I mean, those on like your cousin has the UNCs.
the UNC ones, he'd be rocking those tough.
Yeah, you've got to, especially if you get them for retail.
Oh, for sure. For sure. They're just a standout shoe too. Like he wears them and you're just like, oh shoot.
You know what they are.
You know. I think one I regret and it's just funny to look back at, going back, Chicago 1 lows. I remember those were sitting on the Nike site. You remember that? Chicago 1 lows, sitting there. And I can't believe there was a point in time I looked at those and went, nah.
What release?
nah.
Just recently?
Oh, we're 2016, 15.
Gotcha. Because some more lows came out. The black toe ones came out last year.
Yes,
They were
snag
sitting
those.
downtown.
Oh, they're chilling.
I'm like, what am I
Like,
doing?
okay. But the Chicago's.
Yeah,
And now
that's-
you look, $2,000.
It's because everybody's like, oh, they're lows. Nobody wants them. That's why they're sitting. And
They
then-
were 8 years ago.
Yeah.
See, I look back. That is one shoe in particular. I'm like, I had it in my cart, and I was just like, nah, I don't want those. They're not the normal Chicago's. Now I'm looking like, Des, what were you thinking, buddy?
You know,
But
that's normally I go for lows too because I got these short ass legs. Anything more than like a low mid, look, make me look like my legs are 12 inches long. So I don't wear tall socks. I don't wear tall shoes.
if you got some lows, are you wearing like crew socks or are you wearing ankle socks?
Ankle socks.
Same.
Because
Same.
ankle socks, they still a little bit show.
Right.
But like I got short legs, like I said. So, my shorts go down to my calf. And my shoes come up much higher. Like I look like Dolph goes fishing or whatever it is.
You only get 4 inches.
Exactly.
Man,
And I don't have any
showing
tattoos
the
that low,
ankles
so I
out,
look
mate.
normal.
It's crazy. It's wild.
Exactly.
Oh man, so true. Oh, I can't believe I did that, man.
There's going to be a lot of those, though. Like anything original releases. You got to remember, these original shoes I actually played basketball in.
Oh, when you could play in the Jordans.
Well, like in high school, I graduated 01. So that was like, what, Jordan 15? Jordan 14?
True.
So I had OG, he got game 13s.
Sheesh.
I had all those shoes.
That's a good question. Do you think Jordans made now are basketball playable?
No. No. I mean, for some people, yeah.
Okay.
But like,
Do you think they were playable back then, or do you think
no, the technology back then was the best of its time.
Okay.
Would you play ball in your fours?
Heck no.
Okay.
No.
We played ball in those.
And you think how these were built? You think they
were
were
ahead
built
of
the
the
same back then?
You got to remember, Sheed still wore ones.
Who did?
Rasheed Wallace
Oh yes.
still
yes.
wore ones.
Yes.
You got to, like, all that stuff was, Michael Jordan's original shoe was a Converse,
True. Gosh.
No,
I see someone hooping in these. I'm like, bro, you just trying to show out. Like,
I don't care. I'll hoop in whatever.
right.
But like, no, it's, that was high technology when I played. So everybody's like, oh, these are bulky. These are that. Yep.
Yeah.
They sure are. And we still played in them,
That's how it was.
and then LeBron's came by and I just fell in love with LeBron's.
Gosh. See, I don't know. I just think they built different these days. I think these are just built for looks. I think if I had
100%
this
their
pair-
lifestyle shoe now.
right,
100%.
for sure.
The Jordan 39s are supposed to be pretty nice though.
39s. That's crazy.
They
we're
just
at that
came
number.
out. They look nice. I don't have a feel of them, but
Man.
I don't know. My oldest plays ball all the time. He just bought some Jaws. He really likes them.
Oh, the John Morant's.
I don't know.
My favorite shoe to hoop in, Kobe's.
Kobe's?
Shout out. Rest in peace, Mamba. I love to hoop in Kobe's.
I've passed up on a few Kobe's. I want to get the Kobe the fours are coming out again.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
I'll be probably have to go wait in line up at the employee store for those.
Man. I tried to get what came out last week, the Olympic Kobe's,
Yeah.
the Olympic 9s or something.
Olympic fours.
Was it 4s?
The gold ones with the Blue swoosh on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I tried, but those things went like hotcakes.
That's they've got the Venice Beach ones still. Relatively close to retail, and those are nice.
Crazy.
But
I got 4 pairs in my. I do got 4 pair of Kobe's, but just was like, hey, I get another pair.
I think I've got 1 pair of 4s. They're the draft day 4s, so they're the Hornets colors. They're white with the Hornets purple and blue on them. They got his draft day on the back of them.
Broke my leg in those.
Did you?
2010, man. Played basketball. Shot a jump shot. Made it. Came down on someone's foot. And just broke the leg.
I mean, at least with me, mine would just come off.
Fair.
See?
Fair.
Should nothing still be attached. So just throw it back on and go.
Paramedic came up to me. He said, sorry, buddy. I know they're new. Cut them.
No, they cut them. Laces or the side?
The laces. And the laces were like custom to the shoe as well. Yep. So it's like, I got different laces, but it wasn't the laces at the shoe that came with the shoe.
They didn't have to cut through the shoe.
True. But still, they did. I remember because they tried and I was like, nah, man, it hurts. Because Kobe's fit too.
Yeah, they're gloving.
They're gloving. There we go.
There's not much room.
I was like, you can't. My legs broke. I was like, I can't have you yanking on my foot. Nah.
Yeah, it ain't worth it.
It wasn't. I cut the shoe.
I think I probably have a pair or two. I'd be like, nah, just re-break my leg and get the shoe off. Don't
something. I just said, oh man, I remember that. My dad bought them for me. I was in high school still. I was hurt. See,
for sure.
I wonder if I still got those. I bet you they're at my parents' house somewhere. But yeah, I had them. I bet you they're there somewhere. Ah, dang. Yeah, you got to get a shoe tube going, man. You be good at it. Look.
Just talking shoes.
Does this make you want to do it a little bit, though? Being on your first podcast and, like, talking? Does this kind of make you like, hey, I could see myself?
I think as long as I plan it out.
Right.
Don't try to go, like, just off the cuff completely, because I'll go off the rails and we'll end up talking about something that's not anything to do with
talking aliens or something.
Yeah, exactly. Which I do want those shoes.
Hey.
The Wimbies.
Oh, the Wimbies? Yes.
Just because it's got the alien on it, I think they're cool.
No, they're tough. His logo's tough. Yeah. His logo's real tough.
I expected him to be terrible. And he is not.
No, he's not.
I was like, he's too big. Like, he reminded me of a weaker Kevin Durant, but he's just too athletic.
Shoot. That kid is tough. He's super tough. Gosh. What, 2020?
I think 21? Like and he has a little brother that's like 17.
Nuh-uh. Gosh.
Yeah, I just started playing pro in France too.
Oh, remember these ones? See here, I'm going to pull these up.
Olympic sevens.
Those
are nice.
Those were tough. Those are something I need to get back. If this pair comes out, I'm going to jump on those for sure.
They just released the sixes. I mean, they're not calling them the Olympic sixes, but they just released them.
Yes.
They're still sitting on Nike.
Are they really? Sheesh. First shoe I bought at when I worked at Champs with y'all, Raptor 7s.
Yep.
I still remember people lined up. That's back when, I don't know if I can say this or not, but employees would just come in the morning, back door, pop, and see you later. Oh, I felt bad looking back.
Back before the draw.
Gosh, 2012 for me. That's crazy. Raptor 7s, first pair. I remember that.
I picked up a pair of Raptor 7s used for like $30 from some guy.
For real.
Dirty bottoms. Like, that was it.
Oh, but that's like the best part of that shoe is the bottoms.
Yeah, but it was
because it was like a black shoe.
So I threw some Windex or something on the bottom and cleaned them up.
Cleaned them right up.
Yeah, I was like, done.
Easy. Yep. First shoe I got working at Champs, Raptor 7s. I remember I was so excited.
Yeah.
With that discount, we're good. Like, we're good, see? Like, everything was all right that day. But man, I felt bad. I ain't gonna lie. Looking, because we had the chain gate. Remember that? The chain gate. And you could see
people waiting.
Ah, man. See, I was just like, dang it, man.
Man, but back then, though, like, we had our own shelves. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this.
Yes. We would set it up there.
And then at the end, right before close, you grab all your stuff that you had sitting.
And then we would race before the alarm.
Yep.
Good times, man. Good times. Gosh. Yes. That's wild. See, you got me reminiscing, man. Dang, we did that. Gosh, all the shoes. I remember I see duck jerseys put up, socks, all that stuff.
It was a cool place though. Like, you know, I remember a lot of the players coming in and getting my oldest son a little helmet signed by like LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jeff Mayle, Darren Thomas. Like they all came in and signed it. Like,
For sure.
you know, so it was, he still has it somewhere.
That champs
It's
spot
not worth much now, but
still.
if they were any of, I mean, yeah, none of them are in the NFL anymore.
None of them is?
No,
Hey,
I don't think so.
shoot.
Unless it's Kenyon Barner.
Man, that's wild.
But yeah, they used to always come in. Like that was the only store.
That was the spot.
Tony
was-
Dungy came in one time. That was the coolest thing ever.
Shout out to Dungy. Yes, he sure
He
did.
sat there for hours just talking to everybody.
Just chilling, huh?
Yeah, that was cool.
I remember, who was it? He played on Snoop's team. Dude was super fast.
Anthony?
D'Anthony.
He's a good
That was a cool cat. I
He's
remember
back.
him.
He's back local now too.
Oh, he's around here? Oh, okay.
He's doing a lot of fishing from last I heard.
Is he really?
Yeah, I mean that's
Shoot.
just the rumor, I guess. I haven't personally seen it. But
Okay. Gonna have to get him on Garage Talk soon.
yeah,
He was quick on the field. He was quick.
that I mean, one of the very first plays he had, he ran for a touchdown for the Chiefs. Like
He sure did.
he's a good.
Dang, see?
He's a good guy too, though.
Yeah. See that everybody came in. Everybody had champs. You know, social media was kind of there. Like it was there, but
I mean, Marcus Mariota used to come through.
yes, he sure did.
He still comes through town every once in a while, I guess.
Yeah, I hear he has a place out here still. Comes chills. That's cool. But we met some cool people at champs.
Oh, for
really
sure.
did. But them holidays, I don't miss. I tell you that right now. I don't miss them. Those
Retail
holidays.
holidays.
I remember I would see Larray sometimes, the manager, him and James, almost sleeping there. Almost. I said, forget, yeah, I'm good. After one Christmas, I'm good. See, I went just like this. Yep.
Doing audits were crazy as a manager. Because we'd have to be there and we'd count. We'd have to be there till the end to count. Then we'd have to be there we'd get done typically like 2 or 3. We'd have to be back about 6 to
Oh,
rerun numbers. So that was kind of a pain.
see, forget that. Yeah, dude, I remember you had to count everything from the socks to the headbands
Yep,
to the.
individually.
Oh my gosh,
It was terrible.
that was some rough times. I remember you remember stuff like that, Mom? Golly. I'd count and all that. I remember I said, I'm not going to be back another holiday. I kept telling myself that. Ooh, see, it got to September. I said, oh my gosh, it's getting
I'm gonna be
close.
here. I'm gonna be here.
See, I was like, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. Oh, you best believe that call came from heaven almost. Hey,
I keep trying to get out of retail, but
they keep calling you.
it's what I've done for so long. It's easy.
I mean, respect to it. It takes a certain person to do retail because you're dealing with everybody and their energy and their problems and their whatever. Yeah. You meet good people, don't get me wrong, but it's just, it could be taxing.
It's almost 50-50 anymore.
Yeah.
Like just the
You
caliber
think?
of people that are wanting to work aren't where they need to be mentally to have to deal with customers like that.
True.
You know, and I'm not saying that because they're generation this, that, or the other. I'm just saying it because not everybody's built to deal with assholes.
For sure. They need to listen to our episode right now and then go.
And quit.
Then they'll be ready to.
Maybe.
Or they're going to hear this part and be like,
I
nah,
don't wanna
the
do that no
pieces
more.
say that. True. Man, good times. I don't regret it for sure. It was just great times.
If nothing else, you will always take something from retail. That like it doesn't matter what it is. You will always take something.
You always said that, Moms. You always said that. That is true. I will attest to that. I don't think I would be as good as a podcast host if I didn't work retail. I really don't.
You learn to like deal with people on their level
Absolute.
as opposed to where you feel they should be.
Right. It's true. And I mean, that's what gives me my groundedness. I kind of coming back talking about Garage Talks, like I know where we're headed and where we're going to be. But that gives me that groundedness. Like, hey, I did retail. I worked the job. So I'm speaking from experience. Yep. So we're right here, top. Like you said, you always can take something from.
Yeah, and you're not hoping, right? Like, there's nothing worse than a manager who don't know what they're talking about. There's nothing worse than somebody saying they've been there and never been there. And Like,
True.
Like you said, though, like I don't think there's a such thing as faking it till you make it anymore. Especially with Google and Facebook, and like you can find the answer you need
Straight up.
in your pocket.
Got it right there. I see a lot of people on the internet, man. I'm just gonna be real with you. And I could tell, I'm like, okay, this person just hasn't experienced certain things in life. You could just tell, right? I know you can. There's just certain people that just you look at them, they're talking their talk, but you're like, you haven't experienced.
I think where a lot of people miss is talking to their audience. Like, you know, a lot of issues are like what women go through or what Republican, Democrat, like, don't say something for views. Like, I think people see through that. Like, if I'm talking about, like your mom, like she goes through stuff I would have no idea about. I'm not going to sit on my podcast and say, I know what it's like to be your mom. I can empathize with what your mom has to go through, but I will never understand it.
Straight up.
And I'm not going to sit here and tell your viewers, women do this, they're this, they're that, they're this, they go through this, because I don't know.
Don't know.
And I think a lot of people do that for the views. But are you talking to the women, or are you talking to the men that have the issues? You know, are you talking to the women because you want their views? Or are you talking to men because you actually want to make that change?
Straight up.
You know, because the women already know the change that need to be had.
For sure.
It's the men that don't.
For sure.
Don't cater to the women's views, because you don't need to tell them what they go through. You need to talk, as a man, you need to talk to other men about situations and being situationally aware and being like, this is what they did go through. Now we need to change how we are so they don't have to go through it.
Educating people,
You know,
exactly.
and that's, if you're not using your platform for that, why are you having that platform?
For sure. For sure. You got to be able to educate people on what's right, what's wrong, what you can do to improve yourself. Absolutely.
And know the audience you're speaking to, because like I said,
True.
your mom knows what she goes through,
True.
you know? So I don't know, just my thought on it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's why I sit here and smile and say I'm blessed, because I get to have guests that can speak from experience. It's a safe space right here, and my guests get to speak from experience. I don't know what it's like, what you've been through, and guess what? You get to tell me your whole tale, and now we know, like, damn, he went through all this sickness and stuff. Like, I want to know what to do. Now I got some ideas, but
Yeah, I don't know.
so
I don't know what I do. How
shoot,
you know, like,
man.
but I don't know what you go through. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, everything I've been through is worse than what Des has been through.
Yeah, man.
That's not what it's about. It's not about competing who's had the worst life.
No, it's not. It's about just sharing and just having this right here. Just sharing. Just hearing you go through things make me go, man, okay, I'm going to get through this. Or it's inspiring. It's helpful. That's what I love about it, see. That's why I do it.
For sure. Makes sense.
Man. Well, we're coming up to wrap-up time. You got any last words, any last comments, mate?
Just be good to one another.
For sure.
Just be genuine, though.
You heard them. Be good to one another. I love that. Be genuine. Well, see, as always, I love you, man. I appreciate you.
Love you too.
Thank
Talking
you.
on the mic.
Hey, always. We're going to have you back on. You need to get that YouTube going, and then I'm having you back on. And world, that's it. That's another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. We have Mr. Chris Hight here today with us, dropping some excellent gems, some excellent stories. He's definitely speaking from experience on this one. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, listening, watching with us. Hope you all have a blessed day, blessed night, and we out of here.